The Jedi and Sith are both widely recognized for their lightsabers. For a Jedi, it stood as a symbol of hope and justice, but for the Sith, it stood as a symbol for destruction and fear. And while most lightsabers were unique and widely liked, there was one lightsaber, or should I say two, that were widely hated by the Jedi and Darth Vader, and they belonged to none other than the Dark Lord Sidious. As we know, the lightsaber is a reflection of the creator of it, designed for their own needs. But why then did it offend not only the Jedi, but Darth Vader as well? Well, let's start at the hilt itself. Palpatine's lightsabers were made with multiple very rare and expensive materials such as frick, which is an incredibly durable and indestructible metal that is found on very few planets. Another metal that was used to craft the lightsaber was iridium. For many of you who do not know, iridium is a goldish metal. It was far more valuable than gold and far more durable. And probably the material that was most insulting to the Jedi was the electrum finish, due to the Jedi's philosophy to be humble, not proud. But as we've seen with Mace Windu, some Jedi did have rare metals on them to show their rank of superiority. But since Palpatine was clearly not a Jedi, he did not go by these philosophies, but specifically chose the most expensive metals to make his hilt to show that he had no respect for their philosophy. His lightsaber was his way of stating to the galaxy that the Force and all other inhabitants bowed down to him. As many of you may know, Palpatine had two lightsabers. The other one would be identical to the other in almost every way except for a black alloy. This one would be kept hidden though inside of a statue, right in front of his office in case he ever needed a backup. It should also be noted that Palpatine was the master of all 7 lightsaber forms, but chose to use Form 7 Juyo. It'd be from these design choices that Darth Vader would start to get a grudge towards the lightsaber. In his eyes, he believed they were far less superior than the other lightsabers that he would build. During the early days of the Empire, Darth Vader would spend his time hunting down survivors of the Purge, and since he did not yet construct his own lightsaber, this would force him to use his master's lightsaber, just another insult to injury. The saber was also far too small for him to hold due to his larger robotic hand. It would cause him to have to use it one-handed, which was a stark difference from his preferred method of both hands. So every time he would use it, he would find it extremely difficult. But as expensive and unique as these lightsabers were, Palpatine almost never used them. He believed that the Sith have grown beyond their uses, and a true Sith Lord did not need one, but rather only needed the dark side of the Force. But he kept them around anyway to mock the Jedi. And even though he rarely used his lightsabers, he still was one of the best duelists in the galaxy, taking on both Maul and Savage at the same time, and as we know, would defeat them with little difficulty. Due to this, Vader would view these lightsabers as more as decorations and trophies rather than weapons. But even so, Palpatine viewed a true Sith as someone who could find their power in the dark side of the Force, not in a lightsaber. And after constructing his new lightsaber, Darth Vader vowed to never use his master's blades again. It seems for as elegant as the lightsaber was, both the Jedi and Vader hated it. And that was just the way Palpatine wanted it. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe and like. With that, my fellow Star Wars nerds, may the Force be with you.